logistic, utilities, transportation, mining, metals, aviation, and others. Incidentally, I can tell that where we are using now, I will come to these use cases one by one. For manufacturing, I mean, as an organization of Adani Group, I can say manufacturing, Adani is a manufacturer of cement. Because almost 1 year or 1.5 years back, we just acquired two big cement companies, ACC and Ambuja. So both ACC and Ambuja cement is some Adani cement. So wherever such processing is going on in manufacturing industry, we are applying IoT there. Second one, logistics. I'm not sure whether you are aware of it or not. Whenever I'm talking about cement industry, 20% of a bag of cement cost comes from the logistic. Because what are the raw materials for cement? One important thing is that coal. Coal comes from mine. The fly ash is coming from different power plants. And this cement needs to be distributed to among the different dealers and distributors. The 20% of the total cost of cement comes from logistics. So if we do some analytics there, it saves a lot. And indeed, for that, if anyone is interested on the market, you can see that Ambuja and ACC's last quarter report, you can see that huge profit we got after deploying these things. Utility is the sector where I am mostly working on right now, like energy, oil, and gas. Wherever I'm talking about energy, Adani has power stations, means electricity production, electricity transmission, and electricity distribution. APL, Adani Power Limited, then AESL, Adani Electricity Supply Limited, and AEML, Adani Electricity Mumbai for the distributors. Like here is the TSC, Mumbai it is Tata and Adani. Everywhere in energy sector, IoT is hugely used. Next, oil. We have gone with a joint venture with a Abu Dhabi-based organization called International Holding Corporation. There, we have some contact to some mines now where in the oil there's a huge requirement. Just one example I can give you, that you know that in the desert most of the pipelines are there. So by using IoT, if we can somehow identify whether there is some oil leakages there or not, it's a huge benefit. Next, gas. Adani has Adani Total Gas. So from there, the mother-daughter station means whatever is coming from the mother station to the daughter stations, how the gases are distributed. If you can remember, the first thing is the deployment of the sensors. So if we can deploy sensor and do some analysis, after IoT, we are getting it into some cloud. We name it as the industry cloud, and we can do an analysis on top of it. It helps to reduce the wastage. Whenever we can reduce the wastage, the profit margin increases significantly. Transportation, mining and metals, other natural resources are there. So for which we are doing IoT for saving human life. Means here I cannot say properly IoT there, but still IoT starts with sensor data and then acquisition. So sometimes what happens that from a sensor, what is being deployed, it communicates with a base station using ZigBee or Bluetooth protocols. I believe that Bluetooth is not a new term for you because everyone has a Bluetooth in your mobile phone. ZigBee is similar protocol, I can tell you, by which one sensor, whatever data it captures, it can communicate with. I can say you can treat it as a router also, means some device where it can store and it can upload further in the cloud or somewhere. So what is happening in the Adani mines? We are trying to sense wherever some methane gas is there. Instead of sending a human being, if some robot goes and sense it, means layout it can take and come back, we can get a map of that vulnerability in the wall. One sensor means this is the I can say it's a fragile sensing. Uh, just a minute. This interesting. This is from EML, Adani Electricity Mumbai. So then aviation. Aviation, possibly the 6 airports are belonging to Adani now. So I'm just telling you one interesting use case that we solved recently. Whenever someone books in Uber and directing towards Mumbai airport, we are getting this data. And whenever some roads are coming, how many car may come to Mumbai airport, that data we are collecting from camera. So IoT sensor, whenever we are talking about sensor data acquisition, it also includes camera data acquisitions also. Camera as a sensor. Some papers you can find in the literature nowadays are camera as a sensor. Normally people are thinking that gyroscope, proximity sensor, maybe carbon dioxide sensing, these are IoT devices, temperature sensor. Apart from that, camera as a sensor is the future. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to we are trying to predict the footfall in Adani Mumbai Airport, AIML, after say half an hour. And accordingly, we are scheduling the staffing of CISF. Means how many CISF will be there for the scrutiny. We're trying to predict it not only from history but also from camera data. Because in rain, Mumbai is dangerous. Sure.
And I just wanted to go in city gas, like in Bangalore, we have done that project, city gas project that sort of IoT means actually in Bangalore, most of the people are working, both are working in IT companies, and it's very difficult to take the gas reading. That is a city gas means home gas reading. So what kind of arrangement we made is we made that the downstairs somewhere that the meter reading of all the homes are done from there. And somebody goes there and through a Wi-Fi device, he collects all data. It takes hardly any time in one particular home. Are you doing that kind of things, or you have got something else in your city gas kind of gas meter reading?
That thing is definitely there. Apart from that, what is there? Let me try to show you. Not only that, we are also, that whenever some gas meters got deployed, it will just me. So that's why I was talking with your resource person here, Rounak, that I don't have any proper, just a minute. Uh, that another issue is that whenever we are installing the gas in every house, some compliance needs to be checked, isn't it? Compliance, certain compliance checks, government regulations are there. And also another major challenge comes that what would be the bill of material means on which the claim is done. Means it is outsourced to some vendors. So we just see this video. Okay. Unfortunately, I cannot take it. আমি নিতে পারবো না আমি চলে যান অকারণ নষ্ট করে লাভ নেই। You see, that's how we are using computer vision, how we are preparing the bill of material. You can see here the clamp, everything. Whenever someone goes and install the gas pipelines in anywhere, we are using it to, identify the bill of material. Not only that, smart meter reading. Everywhere you can see that in the left, you can see later, you can see that a stopcock would be there. So stopcock is just after that. It will be there somewhere. So and everywhere, like electricity meters are in the downstairs, it is also in the downstairs only. Now, just it will come to the stopcock. So for every home, for a building, it will come and here I'm trying to focus it, stop it there. It will be here only, just after that. Yes, can you see it? This is. So this part is connected from a single line coming to a building. Then every home it is coming, and it is whenever he is opening it, like our cash burners, he is opening it, and based on that, the total, meter reading is coming at the ground floor only. So not only that, we are now thinking of going for everything automation. Not only that smart meter reading, that meter reading, also the automation process is under automation. Installation process is under automation now. The bill of material. No. After installation, who is person going there for installing it? He has to capture the video. This is the video I have shown you. Repeat means whatever he is. Two things. One is the compliance check, and second one is that whatever he has used, only that bill can be done. Means everything I have shown you, that tracking is done. And based on this tracking, we are also identifying dimension of the meter pipes. So based on that, the output of this video, whatever I have shown you, is the Excel file. On that, if 10% more than 10% deviation is there, he has to justify or someone has to come, and then only bill will be sanctioned. Video was by the installer, and then whatever the boxes you have seen, that is done by the AI team. Raw video, I don't carry it right now with me. So because it's a very big, it was stored in some cloud there. Okay. So raw videos are there, just one clippings on which we have done. So this is how IoT is used for our gas. Any question? I'll take it from 345. So let me try to. What is IoT? Possibly you have seen this diagram before. So this is IoT. It starts with building tap, Internet of Things. So these are things: battery, electric kettle, car, cattle, trucks, everything. And whenever they are connected with some internet, this is Internet of Things. I'll come to it now. That's how it is a connected universe. And it will take at least 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll go for the next slide, tell you the story of IoT, and then I'll go for question answer readers. So it's a connected universe. So whenever we are talking about the history of civilization, it starts with what? Human being. Means every individual makes a society, isn't it? So it starts with individual. So what are the use cases of IoT in individual, connected individual? First one is that monitor the agent. It has huge demand from the market. In 2015-16, I have seen from Singapore, US, this type of requirements were coming. Can you monitor the elderly people? But till 23rd of March 2020, India and other developing countries never realized this demand. I am basically from Bihar, 250 kilometers away, my native place. My parents got stuck there, and 23rd March 2020, I am in Kolkata. So many of you have experienced the same. No touch with, no contact with parents other than the phone and WhatsApp video calls. So monitoring the elderly people is the need of monitoring the elderly people was realized in developing countries also in 2020 significantly. So how IoT can help there? You see, I get any idea that how we can identify using IoT. If you have seen my last slide carefully, you have seen electric kettle there and tap there. One tap was there. Normally, what is the habit of a human being? He wakes up in the morning, he or she wakes up in the morning, goes to washroom, maybe taking bath. After that, goes for switching on the heater or maybe the gas or anything for a cup of tea. Very common habit we have we did well in my earlier organization. We did a survey on at least 200 homes, and most of the elderly people are following the same routines. Maybe someone stays in washroom for 5 minutes, maybe someone staying for 15 minutes. But for every individual, I can say that there is a persona. Every individual, there is a characteristic. Now, my tap is connected to internet, means how much water is flowing through it is connected to internet. My electric kettle or the gas is connected to internet. How much electricity it's consuming, I can measure it. So after certain time, we know that one individual can stay back in the washroom for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, depending on his previous history. Say someone is there for half an hour, because most of the cerebral attack and cardiac arrest happens while taking bath. So if it is switched on for any tap is on for more than a stipulated time, it can raise an alarm. It's an anomalous activity. Second, if the electric kettle, sometimes a common habit of, but at least my one is that first microphone on, when to do something, then brushing my teeth. So that immediately after I can use it for maybe for gargling, maybe for having a cup of green tea. So whatever it may be, if it is on for a while and someone has failed, so it's an alarm. So from electricity consumption, from water consumption, we can detect whether there is some anomalous behavior or not. Definitely the question comes, if we deploy some camera, it is much simpler to identify, isn't it? But why not camera? Why IoT and this flow meter or the electricity meter? Any guess? Privacy. Someone told. I don't know who, but absolutely bang on, it's the privacy. So people are worried that, particularly in washroom, at least in washroom and bedroom, it's not possible to deploy any camera. So that is somehow elderly people monitoring can be done using IoT. Next one, never forget your pill. There are certain diseases out there, like tuberculosis, where forgetting to take one pill can, need to, lead to restart the course of medication. So every day twice, you have to take a medicine. Similarly, most of the people of my age are now suffering from high blood pressure who are in corporate sector. Maybe for the academic people also the same thing. That I'm taking blood pressure medicines for last 12 years. So what happens, that any single day if I forget to take the blood pressure medicine, what will happen? My blood pressure will increase significantly. During COVID, I don't know whether Amazon's one advertisement came for such medicine bottles that it will send reminder. A very simple way to implement, and I can request all the faculties because apart from all this, my industry experiences, I have another hat, and that's how Rounak knows me possibly. I am an adjunct professor of Calcutta University, where 7th semester IoT course is taken by me only. So there, all the students have to do their practical to make a system. So you see, if we take any bottle and deploy some weight sensor there, and with the clock can be also inserted into a bottle, so that after regular interval of time, maybe after every 12 hours, it can sense out what is the weight of the bottle. We know that it needs to be reduced by a certain amount after every 12 hours. If not, it's an anomaly. What we need to do? We need to connect it to a nearby Arduino or Raspberry Pi board, which can send some alarm to the caregiver or the near and dear ones. Very simple implementation, but with huge impact. Why not laptop? Why Arduino and RPi? Because of the cost and computational efficiency. Most important factor is that world is seriously burning out of coal and other fossil fuels. We have to save our energy as much as possible. Next one, monitoring your activities. If I take this session for the students, I never speak about them because I hardly still I can use traditional watch, but if I talk with any of the students, most of them are using some Fitbit like of watch. That they are constantly monitoring their count, number of steps, how much calories they are burning. Even nowadays, I have seen in US also that year leaks are coming for the women who are health conscious, where they can measure the number of steps they have taken, number of calories they are burning, all these things. So it is also ultimately, you know, that it is connected to your mobile phone. Mobile phone is a computing device or the device which is I'm talking about router. How your Fitbit communicates with your mobile phone using maybe ZigBee or mostly in the Bluetooth mode, isn't? Anyone using such, I mean, smartwatch? Smartwatch communicates with your phone so that if any phone comes, you can see in your watch also, or any message, you can receive it. So this is something. Now I'm coming to the use case of the uh, using some different people, we are making a connected home. Heat your home efficiently. And I took a challenge of it to get it deployed in Calcutta University with my students only. How they did it is something different. There are some refrigerators are there in particularly biotechnology and biochemical departments. It's a POC only you have done. It's not a large scale production. So you can see that's how the use case can happen and you can make it. And same thing I did while I used to take a class in Belur with their students about the IoT also. Okay. Same course. So why what we did there? So you know that there in some refrigerators, sometimes some important chemicals and some medicines needs to be kept. In a university, if someone switches off that refrigerator, it's a huge harm. It's a huge loss. So what I did, very simple temperature sensors, maybe 90 rupees to 100 rupees at most the cost of that. You can deploy it in the refrigerator. And it can constantly communicate with a nearby laptop or any maybe Arduino. My most favorite is the Raspberry Pi 4. So it can is a actuator you can say which is gathering data all through the time from that particular temperature sensor. Maybe you can sensibly take that every 5 minutes and you can throw away all the data because you need not to sense that every second whether it's on or off. Maybe after 5 minutes, the enough cooling is there. So if we can generate the alarm in 5 minutes, that is also very good. Now, from this Arduino or RPi, we can send it to cloud because most of the universities have some Wi-Fi wireless fidelity connections. From there, it can send to some cloud designated Amazon, maybe Azure, Microsoft Azure, or maybe GCP. There, we can analyze whether there is a significant change in the temperature inside refrigerator and outside refrigerator. Normally, what happens that when every AC is off, the temperature difference between two observations or two sensor readings is huge. Whenever the refrigerator is off, it slowly comes down. So whatever the sensor is there inside the refrigerator, it slowly comes down over time. You can understand there is a off. There are a number of sub logics can be applied to identify whether the refrigerator is on or off. Now, who can do this computation? So this actuator means Arduino or RPi. He can do this computation for you. And whenever it is confirmed that yes, the refrigerator is off, it can throw email, it can send SMS, because that and you can if you search in web, thousands of such codes you can find to send some actuators. And also one thing we have done there that one light, LED light was connected outside the room, which turns into red for drawing the attention of the security guard. Because ultimately the person, maybe head of the department, maybe some professor needs to call him, the security person. He is the actual actuator who needs to switch it on again. Maybe he's, by mistake he switched off the main switch. So these all are use cases of IoT and how such interesting. I mean, you are faculty, so you can think of thousands of. I'm just giving you some. I want to ignite the thought process of you so that your students can come out with billions of such projects. Next one is that make sure that oven is off. So actually, this is something, I mean, very painful memory of most of the people of my generation. Whenever I used to go in my school days with my mom outside, maybe after 5 minutes or 10 minutes walking, she realizes that possibly she forgot to switch off the oven. I don't know whether still every mother follows the same trend or not, but at least my mother used to do it like this. That please go once back. I had to run, I had to open the lock again and check that. And 99.99% I found that the oven was off, but it is somehow her anxiety. So using IoT, it's very simple. Now, if my mom asks, I can use some. I mean, now all homes are connected over Wi-Fi connected routers are there. So because many of the most of the homes of the advanced residential complexes are now connected over CCTV surveillance. So it is always streaming the video. So just sensing one temperature and sending it is not at all a problem. So just from sensing it, I can find that whether it is on or off, because the oven should be at the room temperature. So what is the thing here? Oven is the thing, and internet is the router using which in your mobile you can see everything. Every device of your home you can check. Now I will come to the last slide of today, where I am introducing you to cyber physical system with human in loop. Cyber, you all aware of it, because in our childhood it is something like that cyber cafe. There was no internet. When we used to check some important mails, we have to go to cyber cafe to check it. Cyber is some computer, physical means the physical world, and human in loop is something. Now you have to follow my mouse. I think that my mouse is visible now. Anyway, so you can, if you see the left hand oval is that physical objects and infrastructure. So what are physical objects and infrastructure? Car, home, factory, and even enough use cases to use so far. So in a home, just if you think of home, now I want to listen something who are physically at least present. In a home, what are the devices, electronic devices, electrical and electronic devices you are using, which is power hungry? Please, you have to come out with it, otherwise I will not speak. Refrigerator, yes. Air conditioner, washing machine. Once you started, I can complete. So these are most power hungry devices. So according to statistics, we found that AC is on seasonally, but everywhere that two things, one is the refrigerator and the washing machine, is most commonly used power hungry devices of your home. I think they are, both of them are connected to your Wi-Fi router so that you can monitor constantly. In smart home, that was my what was my assumption was that, isn't? Now they are connecting to your computing infrastructure. What is the computing infrastructure? Definitely, whoever is using CCTV from your mobile app, you know that some server is there where all this data are getting dumped for storage purpose. So what we are sensing? Two things. Your refrigerator is sending something, and your washing machine is sending something. Am I correct? So how it is happening? There are two types of API got exposed for the IoT deployment. One is GET, another is that POST. It can get data that it is giving some indication to switch it on or switch it off. It can get it. And POST means whatever my condition, it can post it to the server. So that you can see from here, from the computer, human is connected there. So now it comes the cyber physical system with human in loop. So human can directly check what is the physical condition, or physical condition is being checked by some computing device, and the analysis report is sent to you. In our time, there is a course called MIS, Management Information System. The first, I think that some of the faculties are here of my generation at least who had to face the question in interview or the grand viva that what is difference between data and information. Possibly still you ask the same question to your students also. Meaningful data is the information, is it? Something we used to memorize and we have to realize that. So you see here that human can get data from physical or can get information from the computing infrastructure. What is the right hand part is doing, computing infrastructure is doing there. It is sensing the physical context and sending the physical context there. Now it is one way loop. When computers start to sense your context also, what will happen? And here I'll conclude with two stories. One, first I tell you the story, what I heard from Professor Ramji Prasad. I don't know whether you heard of his name. He's from Albert University. He is one of the member of all these Ramji's. G comes as 4G, 5G, 6G. So 3G, 4G, 5G, up to 10G, there are such protocols are there, which was invented by Professor Ramji Prasad. So first I will tell you the story of Professor Ramji Prasad, what he told me in such one breakfast table. And second story I will tell you about something I collected from social media. I have to acknowledge. Okay. So first story is that about cyber physical system with human in loop. Most of the time, just whenever I'm about to leave office, I usually get still now after almost 18 or 19 years of marriage, I still get WhatsApp message from my wife. Don't think that she's that much romantic after 19 years. Most of the messages are that you have to bring some coriander leaf, some onion, some egg, some milk. All this message comes to my mobile. She knows that when I'm about to leave, and that time only those SMS comes. And I have to enter into some shop. Whenever I'm entering into, believe me, I have not taken any commission from Spencer's or any such Blue Smart, any retail store. So any such retail store, just take it as an example, Spencer's. Some person is standing there and asking, sir, there is a promo. If you can give me your mobile number, you will get some reward point immediately. And recently they have started that once that it's made legal that you need not to give your mobile number for the retail stores, they made a recent tactics that for exchange, you have to enter your primary key as your mobile number. Otherwise, you will not get the exchange offer. Absolutely amazing strategy they also made. Because there is a previously infringing stock policy from government and that bypassing policy from that retail store. So isn't that it's not that everyone's story is something like that. That once we are going to enter into some retail shop, someone comes and asks that what is your mobile number or madam, what is your mobile number? Once I give my mobile number, all my credentials, previous tracks history, whatever I purchased is with them. Now you see that you know that it's written big posters or signboards are there, but it's written there that you are under CCTV surveillance now. And also they have a floor map. So whenever I'm standing in front of a fruit juice counter, I'm very much fond of fruit juice indeed. So whenever I'm standing in front of some fruit juice counter, this part means people context has been discovered that this person carrying this mobile number is now in front of a fruit juice counter. Computer starts identifying fruit juice is associated with which device of his home. It's refrigerator. Similarly, whenever I am in front of some, say, washing powder, there are some stacks of washing powder. There are so many things that they're Ring, Airtel, Surf Excel, Ring, Surf Excel, something other, Sunlight, other, I'm forgetting the names, Tide. So I'm standing in front of that. Now, immediately, it starts communicating with my washing machine. Washing machine also have a weight sensor like the bottle of your, don't forget to your wheel. That washing machine also includes some weight sensor. It senses how much washing powder is still left in that washing machine. Then again, it shares this information with the computing. Computing now identifies my persona that today is 25th. I may need another 2 kgs of washing powder for the remaining 5 days of the month. What I will get, instead of getting that romantic message from my wife, I'm getting such message, similar message from my washing machine. Please, you are just in front of some shopping mall, in front of some washing powder counter. Please buy 2 kgs now. Similarly, my refrigerator sent me message, buy 1 liter more fruit juice. Maybe something else. It seems somehow I see that most of the faces are weird, some smiling on it. But believe me, maybe 3 to 4 years down the line, that would be the future. It's not only my prediction. Professor Ramji Prasad is saying we are going towards that. This is the first part of the story where I can, put some leg pulling of my wife. So I like this story. But second part is something where I am the protagonist of the second part of the story, where it's a very sad part of my life. I'm absolutely foodie. You can realize from my appearance that I'm absolute chubby cheeks proves that I'm absolutely foodie. So I'm too much pizza addicted, and at least once in a month I have to order pizza. Suppose, just think of this such human in loop cyber physical system with IoT. I pick up my phone and order some pizza. Now you know that nowadays everywhere bot is sitting. Bot realizes this is the phone number of mine and tells her, last month you have ordered for extra cheese pizza, or you can think it as a burger or anything, extra cheese something. But this month I cannot give it to you. It's a shock for 40 people like me. Why? Sir, your PAN card is connected with this mobile number. It shows that last month you have claimed some health insurance where it shows that your cholesterol level is high. I'm really upset now. I'm telling, I don't want to stay here even for a while. Sir, your mobile number is also connected with passport. Please don't forget to renew it. It's about to renew in 2 months. So possibly this headline is also coming for foodie people like me. So it's the right time to stop. It's a logical conclusion. Exactly 5 minutes there for question answer. Actually, I stopped almost 15 minutes or 10 minutes before, but I already had some question answer session with his because of to address his interest. So I'll stop sharing here. Anyone wants to ask any question, please feel free. Maybe here, maybe whoever on the other side of my internet. দাঁড়িয়ে আছো তুমি আমার নেটের ওপারে quoting Rabindranath in স্বরচিত রবীন্দ্রনাথ style. So anyone can unmute and ask question. Yes, sir. Okay. Actually, output of IoT nowadays is known as, the question was how data mining is benefited or how the output of IoT is giving input for data mining. Am I correct, sir? Okay. So because the other person on the other side, they cannot understand the question you asked, that's why I'm repeating it. So the typical outcome of IoT analytics system is now actionable insight. Like bring some fruit juice for my refrigerator. Similarly, for manufacturing industry, if I say data mining is something fetching data from huge amount of data, if I'm not wrong, is it? So it is done by, if I go back there in the slide, second slide was the data analysis. Data analysis, first part is that in AGEL, particularly Adani Green Energy is limited, where all the solar panels are connected to an industry cloud. So if you remember these four pillars I mentioned, first sensor data acquisition. Sensor data is done sending data using IoT to the cloud. Then we are fetching data. Here comes data mining. Now, after data fetching, we are applying some, it was up to data to information. Now we have to go further, knowledge, wisdom, even some kind of cognition to reach out to a state where we tell it as an actionable insight. Maybe some fire breakout because of gas leak. Send some robot equipped with C-type gas. C-type fire. This is something is expected outcome of IoT. Energy sector transformer DLD is one that existing system that say whenever any home is connected to a distribution transformer. So if what happens because of this rainy season is about to come because of any water level, someone comes and disconnect it one phase to the other near the distribution. Very common practice. There is no logging of it. It comes almost 35 to 65 days after the incident happened. By that time, what happened that some transformers getting overheated, some transformer getting underheated. So transformer health index estimation from smart meter data and this DTDL is one use case. We are under process of it, and I was talking that tomorrow I'll be in Ahmedabad because it's in production now. Uh, Identifying that which distribution transformer is overloaded and which one is underloaded means balancing, load balancing of the distribution transformer. Holland also. Not only not India, not Bengal, Holland, that famous resort in Jaldapara. Yeah. Yes, it is. Fire prevention is definitely, safety, surveillance, security is the key focus. So you see, this is something is continuously we are doing. I told you about the mine, if you can remember there. So even we are using, we are going to use drones for such technologies to, maybe disconnect the electricity connections. If anyone doesn't have any question, because 3:58, yeah, please, because I very much running. I came in time, but I have to leave in time also. Okay, please. Actionable insight. Mechatronics can take action, or there is something that wisdom layer. So wisdom layer, it can say that for healthcare, I personally prefer that consult a medicine doctor or consult a cardiologist, or it can prescribe some medicines also. Control system background. Okay, got it. Then definitely control system is instructing the mechatronics device to take the action. Human in loop is, then it's same feedback. Like whenever you are you are telling that, say I'm telling that fire because of C-type fire. So it will instruct the person as a SMS that be equipped with C-type of fire because there are different types of fire might be there. So he may come with maybe carbon dioxide, maybe with sand, maybe with water. There are different types of fire may be there. So it comes because of AC, means electric short circuit, and if it is coming of the gas leakage, different type of measure to be taken. Yes. Yes, that is something known as reinforcement learning is taking care of it. But for that 1 hour session, madam, honestly speaking, anytime I'm very, very close to your, your university, you are from this university only. So I'm sitting in Ombuja Eco Center, Ombuja New Eco Center, that all-tier hotel. You know it? That building, just in the verge of that, I mean, corner of the Techno India and all-tier Ombuja Eco Center. There are different names you can tell it. It's a big building, 19th floor or 20th floor buildings there. 15th floor is our office there. Oh, it's too much. I mean, what is it kidding me? You see that I'm giving some branding for fruit juices and fruit juices me. Anyway, so you can take my mail ID also. My first name, tolusham@yahoo.com. You can connect me in LinkedIn. I request you to connect over LinkedIn. Whenever I get time, I'll reply you. Sure. My name, actually, you can search in LinkedIn. And my mail ID is okay, I can write it here. Simplest mail ID possibly. You can see my screen here. Yeah. For mail and for all this LinkedIn request, please wait for 7 days at least. Okay, because I mean, whenever I'm not in Kolkata, I hardly, I mean, get time to reply. Thank you. Okay, I have to drop off from the Teams now. So participants, I have not seen any question in the Teams chat thread. That's why I'm leaving the session now. Thank you.